Heard the knock. Uh, I
Oh.
ooh, 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 ooh. I keep hearing a knock. Okay, so I'm like trying to fix. I know you hear the echo, huh? Yeah, hold up. I wanna like fix. I wanna hit it. Good. Okay. Hold up. Because they just say we was good. Let me see.
Thanks, Deja. Hey, girl. Hey.
Shout out to Deja.
It's my spooky boo.
Hey girl. Hey girl. Hey.
Hey, girl. Hey. My spooky boo.
Spooky boo.
She knows what's up.
I think I fixed it. There's no echo. I don't think so. Can you
No,
hear echo?
no, not now.
I like. Okay. I think I'm solid. We good? Yes. All good. I ain't fuck it up this bad.
Nope, nope, nope. Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah. God, man. Yeah. We perfect. We got some explaining to do. So first of all, what's poppin' everybody? It's your boy, Dylan Freddy, aka Cuddle Sauce, back like I never left. Um Back with another episode of Sauce Talks. And yeah, I guess I'm gonna start it off with I apologize. We have been gone for roughly 5 weeks. I think it's been 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last episode was August. August 15th or something. Now, granted, we we did have I had a close friend whose mother had passed away. So like that was the main reason that we took away. Like I was gone for 2 weeks. That one really hit hard because, she you have some of them best friends that moms treat you like their own kid and stuff. So, we had to step back away from that and shit like that. And then like after that, life was just life. And as you can tell,
Niggas is tired.
yeah, niggas is tired. As you can tell, Ray is not here. Ray won't be with us tonight for this episode. But Ray, if you're listening, I hope you do feel better and stuff. We're not gonna go into detail about that, but just know that everybody, if you you know keep Ray in your prayers, if that's your thing and stuff, or not, just be considerate and hope for the best for him. So, yeah, he could be out for extended amount of time, but you know, that is a changed fact that we are here and we have a show to run, and me and Erica gonna hold on to our best of our abilities. Plus, you might see some old faces that come through, pretty soon. So we'll see what shape can make. But yeah, that was my quick explanation. I mean, like I said, I do apologize for the extended stay, but we are back and we're gonna keep this ball rolling and stuff. Other than that, you know who I am. You know who I be. You know what I smell like. Also, I just bought some new cologne by Carolina Herrera. It's called Bad Boy. It comes it comes in a lightning bottle, and that shit smells so good. I still have it on. I sprayed it on, like I sprayed it this morning, and I'm telling you, like, I'm convinced that, like, like I sell even better at work. I sell better to like old women. You got like ladies in there who's like 62. It's like, oh, you smell mighty fine, my boy. I mean, oh,
You gotta meet some quotas.
yeah. You want that NBA 2K? Well, you gotta take me to Pound Town, Pound Town. My coochie pink, my booty home round.
Long out. Long out.
Sugar baby. I'm sorry. I saw that TikTok, and that shit had me dying. She's just like on the phone like, "Oh my god, I'm really got to do this with 2K." I don't think I ever do anything like that for a video game. Said, "Fuck it. I'm going to work. I'm going do anything and everything, okay?" So shout out to all the grandmas out there, the sugar mamas and stuff. But
Sugar mama.
you know, if a sugar mama want to come bless me with 5 grand and stuff, just please just hit my line. And when you know where to find me on IG at the Sauce Talks and whatnot. Please direct it toward me and not anybody else. Okay. Be like, this message is for This message is for Freddie. I want to be your sugar mama. I'm not a bot. Okay, I'm not a bot. I promise you.
Not a
This is
bot.
my sugar mama. No, she's a provider. She's a
She
provider.
funds my lifestyle.
Please. Right, right. Well, I'm gonna pass it off to our second host. Erica. I heard you got some things you want to vent about. Tell us about yourself and you know
Yeah.
what's going on.
Um, Let me just start by saying if you guys see me doing, I'm really
Oh yeah.
sorry. I really try not to do that, but your girl got a fresh weave. It's only been in for a week, so my scalp is like on fucking fire and I have sensitive skin, so it's not mixing. So if you see me doing, I'm
Yeah,
really sorry.
she over there patting on
I'm
that shit
sorry.
like it's
I'm trying to
jungle
like make
drums.
sure like it's ooh. So I'm sorry if I do that. Like I'm sorry. I really try not to do that in general when I get wigs or weaves. But like y'all don't understand. Like the girls that know that have gotten the installs. Okay, they know. But anyways,
I'm
since we're on the
convinced.
topic of hair, I
Yeah. Go
convinced.
ahead. What you got? What you got?
First of all, little appreciation for my little bow.
I
Look,
like your bow. Yeah, I meant to tell you that earlier. I like your bow. It's hard. I would
thank
wear it.
you.
You know what I found? I
Thank
actually
you.
found my Nike N7 scrunchie. You remember when they did that promo?
Oh my
N-
god, yeah. I still have my Nike little head wrap.
yeah, I got my N7 one. So I found this
Mhm.
the other day going through some
You
stuff. I
better
went through
use
my
that.
closet. I'm gonna rock that bitch right now. Shoot. But go ahead.
Okay,
What's going on
since
with your
we're,
hairstylist?
we're we're on the topic of hair, okay, so I take my hair very serious. If I let you, and just beauty in general, if I let you do beauty, I don't just let anyone in this head or anyone do the beauty. I'm very specific, and if that means I have to woof it and go wild for a minute, I'm gonna woof it and go wild for a minute
Right.
because it's very hard finding a good, reliable, consistent hairstylist. Like I've been burned before when I was a child, but in my defense, it wasn't my fault. I wasn't able to choose my hairdresser then. Now
Right.
I am. So before I moved to Houston, I've been here a year now, but before I moved, I had an amazing hairstylist. So amazing that she would get booked up sometimes. So then I had to get a backup hairstylist, but I always had someone that
Right.
could do my
Yeah.
hair. Things changed when I got to Houston. So my plan was, okay, I'm gonna find a hairstylist. But when I moved here, I had a protective style, actually the same hair in when I moved here. So I had a cool like 2, maybe 3 months. So I was like, okay. So like I'm looking, and out here is very different. Like why most of the girls only braid hair? Like
That's
they only
true.
know how to do one or two things. That is different. Like to me, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but like you're a hairstylist if you can do everything. You're not a fucking hairstylist if you can only do one thing. Like my old girl could do a wig install, braided ponytail, silk press, weave, braids, you name it. She did anything I brought to her. These
Right.
bitches are whack.
Oh wow.
Whack.
So wait. So are you going to like an actual like salon or is this like people that you just finding like to do your
Okay, the
hair?
first time my sister, because I didn't know anybody out here yet. So the first time was my sister's girl who she braided hair. And at the time, I was like, oh, I'm just going to put my hair in braids. Because if y'all been to the South or live here, you guys know it's humid as a motherfucker.
Yeah, it is.
So I was trying to like the humidity was eating up my hair. So I was like, okay, I need to, put my hair away. So I had my hair in braids for a minute. She worked out of her house, which I mean, okay. But I don't know how I always get in these situations. Like, mind you, I went to school for psychology and I want to be a therapist and everything. Not that kind of therapist, okay?
Yeah.
Um, a
We
sex
say that we
therapist.
say that we say that for another day. Yeah,
We
I'm
set up for
excited about
another
that.
day.
Yeah.
Say it for
Hey.
another day. So I end up being, she's a young girl too, but if you could do hair, you could do anything, I don't mind, I'll work with you. So I ended up scheduling on the day that like she's going through with her nigga that's not really her nigga. And like she's just crying, like this is the second time this shit's happening. I'm like, bro, why do I always end up actually booking when these bitches are going through with their niggas? I'm like, girl, if you're really going through it, you should have just canceled, baby. I would have understood.
Right.
Like, because they always take it out of my hair. Like I had to be fucking therapist, and I wasn't trying to sit in the chair with her. Like it was ongoing the whole time. She's just talking about him. I'm just like, girl, like I can't wait to fucking leave here, y'all. So, anyways, I'm sorry, I'm going around the world. So, anyways, I was just like looking, and nowadays the girls know that you find makeup, hair, anything on Instagram
Yeah.
or social media like TikTok. So that's how I found. my backup one in Vegas,
Hmm.
and that's how things are now. So I found one because I was wanting to do like I think like passion twist or locks. And I found one, and I was booking with her during the summer, and then the bitch ended up scamming me. So I was
Really?
like,
What the fuck?
yes, yes. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. That had me in a chokehold. My chest still hurt from that. Fuck that bitch. But I mean, I
We
would
gotta go
warn
find her.
there are a lot of scammers. I'm gonna find her ass. I've been
Yeah.
reporting her shit for spam, fraud, all of that.
Go ahead. Shit. I'll report the
Do
bitch
my
right now.
bid.
I got time and money.
Man, I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? But I was just like, okay, like I try to be still with her, like, bro, give me my money back. And she's just I found out the hard way, like, okay, she's a scammy bitch. I'm like, like it was a deposit, so it was like a $40 deposit. I'm like, fine, I'll eat it, but she's gonna get hers. So after that, it left a bad taste in my mouth. So I was looking religiously for another hairstylist.
Hmm.
Here we are. I found another girl. It was between two of them. I'm like, okay, I go off of the appearance of the page, how the hair looks, experience everything. So I went with this other girl because her shit looked better.
Yeah.
So I went and we're vibing at first. I found out she's a Cancer like myself. I'm like, ooh, I knew I liked her for a reason. My
Boo.
fellow water sign. Ooh. So I was
I'm
like,
waiting for the
okay,
fucked up part.
man, it's coming. So I'm like, okay. And then, like, mind you, if you're getting like a weave install and you have a closure or frontal, you got to drop that shit off in advance so they can customize. Like, they'll like bleach the knots, tweeze it. Like, they make it look natural. Like,
Right.
you can't tell. So I did that. And then I came back with the actual weave hair. And mind you, the weave hair is from like one of the best companies out there, if you ask me.
Yeah, so it's
And it's
pretty
high quality
expensive.
hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's high quality hair. So I'm like, okay, like, I'll take the best care of the hair after it comes out. Because once the hose out my head, the hose out my head. I'm not trying to like, oh, let me brush it. Like, it's out my hair.
Yeah, you
So
over
I
there.
could have done better. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I did wash it twice before I put it back in my head. I brushed it. So these bitches out here are so fucking lazy, and just hairstylists in general are different because now like bitches don't want to wash your hair. Like bitches are like,
What?
if your hair is too thick, yes, yes. The girls I know. If your hair is too thick or too short, they won't like want to do your hair. If it's damaged, they won't want to do your hair because you could turn around and blame them. Any and everything. Some of these girls now are saying, don't come with cut up bundles, which my shit is cut up bundles because it's been installed a couple times.
Right.
Which I searched high and low on her page. She didn't put that on there. So she's like, where's the bundles? And so like I get the stuff out back, and she was like, she's like, oh no, she's like, why you bring these cut up bundles? I'm like, what do you mean? Instantly I got an attitude because we're not about to do that. And so I instantly was like, yeah, well, I looked multiple times your page, I read it thoroughly, and it did not say anything about cut up bundles. And then she gonna like stop and be like, oh well, I did take that off and I just put it back on. I guess I forgot to update it. Like, yeah, bitch, don't say shit because I'm already in the chair. So
Yeah.
she was trying to then like being lazy. She was then trying to make me get a quick weave, which if you don't know what a quick weave is, the whole lasts for a month. What can I do
Damn.
with that? Like they glue the tracks on. Like, okay, if you having some busting out sex and
Oh my.
and that person's like pulling your hair, it is so easy to pull out the quick weave hair versus if it's sewed in, like he'd have to be like Hulk to pull my shit out.
Yeah, he gotta
Or like
be
a track would
fucking
like slip a little bit. You
just
really
over
have
there.
to like,
Ah.
okay. I'm like, yeah, that's not gonna work for me and boo. I didn't book that. And so I was just like, I'm telling you right now, like if she tries to do that shit, like I'm balking. But then I was like, let me chill because I already had like, the alien cap on. My shit was already braided up. So I
Yeah.
was like, okay, let me
He's like,
chill.
this shit is not the move right now.
Right, this shit is not the move. I might just have to like suck it up. So she just like killed the vibe with like that. And then she took forever. If you do hair or you get your hair done enough for weeks and all that, it's only supposed to take, if she's good, if she's knowing what she's doing, she's quick, like maybe 2 3 hours.
Yeah.
Y'all, the bitch even told me that, oh, I'm not going to be in the chair that long, and we only have to like do a little bit because the hair is deep wave, which it's already styled like you wear like Mufasa. Like all I gotta do is wet her, put some mousse on it.
Right.
So I get there at 8. Mind you, it's an hour from my house. Like I'm already irritated from traffic. So I get there at 8.
So like this is 8 in
I'm
the evening.
8 in the morning.
8
I
in
have
the
the
morning.
first authority
Oh, okay.
to make sure I'm out of there on time.
Yeah.
I had work at 12. I was like, oh, the way this is gonna go, like I might have to either tell them I'm gonna be like a little late, or because I have flexibility,
Yeah.
um, or I'm just gonna have to cancel because like I literally work every day, so the bitch needs to get her hair done. So
You're
I
right.
was like,
Right.
okay.
You need to
So
take
she's
care of that.
like, yeah. So she's like, oh, not much longer. I kid you not, I'm in the chair from 8 to 1 p.m.
Oh
What
no.
the fuck?
Oh no.
by
Oh
by then
god. Damn.
by then the villain was about to come out of me because I hadn't eaten. I was pissed off.
Oh, I already know. I know she
She
was
was already
hot.
blowing my shit, like
Yeah.
she and it didn't look good. And I'm just like, I
Damn.
don't even
That's
like
the
the shit.
worst.
She had the nerve to ask, do you like it? I'm such a nice person. I was just like, girl, if I really say how I feel, like
Nah,
we're gonna be going back and forth.
I'm a nigga now. First of all, thanks for the follow, Tracy. Hi Tracy. By the way, long time no see.
Hey,
But
friend.
but nah, I'm a nigga now. I gotta let you know, like, if you fucking
Well,
my shit up,
you
like,
you you see me when I get mad, when I start, I'm
yeah,
not stopping.
I already know you be ready to
Yeah.
like choke slam people. You be grabbing them by the fucking throat and shit like
Cause
that.
I'd be so serious. For me to be angry, like you really are doing too much. And I knew, okay, I'm a Cancer, she's a Cancer. She's gonna come with the same energy because we were like exchanging stories, and she was telling me about like how crazy she is. I'm like, oh yeah, this bitch is crazy too. Like I'm not as crazy as she is, but I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not trying to have them problems up in here.
I'm trying to throw a butter
So
knife junior at you. Fuck all that. I just sat in your chair for 5 hours and
I
my
took my
shit
L.
doesn't look
I was
good.
so mad. So now, like at this point, it's me styling. I mean, I don't really style it today. Like I said, I work all the time, so I haven't
Yeah.
like styled it, but like
Wait,
it looked
wait.
like ass.
When did she do it? How recently was this? Cause it's not
It was
recent.
last Wednesday, so it
Oh,
was like a
last
week
Wednesday.
ago.
Hey, we could
Yeah.
go jumping.
So
What's good?
come to Houston. Come to
Yeah, look,
Houston.
I'm down. You know what I'm
But she
saying?
literally blew me.
I could go get a rental, and she ain't gonna know who I am. She can't track the car, and when I'm gonna have the plates removed and shit like that. What she gonna do?
Nah, but the best part was, now mind you, I'm Nancy Drew on her fucking website because I don't want to get scammed again. And like I
Right.
said, I'm making sure I have all the details. Reading's fundamental. So I made sure I looked at everything on her page. I know she did lashes too, but I don't get the little butterfly.
Yeah, you
I
out
don't
here.
get
Every
that.
time you blink,
I got the
it's like
natural. I got the
breeze.
natural. Yeah, I don't do that. So
You look like you
um
tired.
man, so I started talking to her, and like, she's like, oh, what brought you to Houston? Like, where you from? Like, oh, from Vegas. And so she's like, oh yeah, like I mainly do lashes. I'm like, what you mean? She's like, oh well, I've only been doing hair a year. I almost got up out the chair,
I would have
but
left.
the
Oh
new
no, I would
cap,
have left.
no, the new cap was already on, and my shit was braided down. What was I supposed to do? Rock the
Oh yeah,
idiot
you were
cap?
stuck. Yeah, you were
I
stuck.
was stuck, and I was just like, had I known that you've only been doing hair a year, now you could be doing hair a year. I have had the backer girl I had in Vegas. She'd only been doing it for like maybe a year, year and a half. That bitch was top notch. Tip my
Right.
hat off to her.
Right.
But her, it makes sense now.
That's some Karen hairstylist shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
I was so mad. I'm like, if I knew you had the experience you had and this is how you're coming, I would have never let you in my head. Like, how does it take you this long, bro? You don't even have to style it. And these bitches are charging to fucking curl your hair, crimp your hair, add a little fishtail braid in it, or just a small braid. Like,
oh yeah,
what?
that's too much.
It's ghetto.
Yeah, that's
So at this
bugging. Yeah,
point,
they bugging.
yeah, bugging. I'm over Houston hairstylists. I don't know. I'd rather just like wear my natural hair at this point, or just have
Either
my
that or
shit
like
braided at
just
all
go to an
times.
actual salon. Like, I mean, for
I know, because
me,
then my
like
mom's like, "Oh, just fly back to Vegas and get your hair done." I'm like,
that's
no,
a
I need to
lot.
find a hairstylist. I know,
You
but
gotta,
my bits in Vegas is legit. I'm not gonna lie.
but still, you gotta pay a fucking Spirit flight to fly to Vegas just for your hair. You think I'm about to book a $230 flight to go to Vegas to get my hair done, which is gonna cost me like an extra 100, $200 just to
I
fly
know,
back.
but
Like,
at this point, I'm getting a little scared. Sorry, y'all. I'm getting a little scared because it's been a year and I haven't had found one that's close enough
You
to
probably,
my
I'm telling you, you
skin.
probably have to like go find an actual salon. Like I think that's what it is. Because like for as long as I remember down here, like even when I got, I mean, I didn't start my process for like retwisting my hair and stuff.
Mhm.
So like I did all of that on my own. But it's just like, god damn, like it. I had did a deposit for my retwist like a few days ago. So and I found it for this chick off of Instagram because she said she did a retwist and it was like $65. So I was like, hey,
That's not
like
bad.
I need a double twist and whatnot. I just need, it's down to my it's shoulder length and whatnot. And I was just like, what's your price? What you're looking for? Like shit like that. You have like pictures and shit like that. Like I did my due
Mhm.
diligence because if you're gonna be in my hair, you know,
I need to
like
know.
I need to know exactly, especially like with the type of fucking nigga tree I got going on in my hair. My shit is like buckwheat. You know what I'm saying? I got dreads that's one to lock already, like on my sides, like it's crazy. So like it's just kind of like I need to actually like look for somebody that really is going to take care of my hair when they do this
Mhm.
retwist. So we're gonna see what it's gonna look like and shit. Whenever I go get my retwist done, I get it done next Saturday at 2 o'clock. But it's like I want this
Let me
double
know.
twist. Yeah, I'm gonna let y'all gonna know because I'm gonna be here Saturday. So if I come in,
You gonna be running errands for no reason.
if I come into the show looking like a piss bitch, you already know what it is, okay? You already know
Oh my
exactly
god.
why I'm mad, okay? So, but on the topic of mad and stuff, I want to go over this this incident I had with a Karen and whatnot. Y'all, I've had my official first Karen incident, okay? Like, and not like just a bullshit Karen thing that like we've discussed before. I had my real first legitimate Karen incident, y'all. And when I say like I've never been so frustrated in my life. Like, I literally hope for the absolute worst for this woman. And I still very much do. So, which is probably why this is going to get demonetized. But I think we're beyond the point of no return. So, so I'm going to just tell y'all exactly what happened and, like, what really, like, got me so set off because like I got accused of something I wholeheartedly believe I am not. Okay. So what happened is when was this? This was Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday actually. So very recently. Wednesday I was at work and stuff. I work in the rental industry and shit like that, you know. Come find me if you need a rental. But so I'm working in the rental industry and I'm at work, just chilling and stuff is real slow. And I had a customer call me and they're like, hey, my wife needs a rental and stuff. They sent a reservation and yada yada. And I was like, all right, well, I could get y'all taken care of. And they're like, oh, like, we're looking for a large SUV. And I'm like, I don't know if I could get that today, but I mean, I'll like pull some strings, see what I can do. And like, lo and behold, I actually found it and shit like that. So, I called the band back and it's like, yeah, I got it. If y'all want to come in, like, come in at 2 o'clock, I get y'all taken care of. It's quick, easy process, nothing too crazy. So he was like, "Oh, well, I'm in Arizona right now, but it's actually gonna be for my wife. We're both on the same insurance policy, and stuff like that." And I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, like it looks like they just put your phone number in, but everything I see, that's everything is under her. So like, I'll give her a call. So I'll give her a call and shit. And like I already knew that shit was gonna go sideways, just from the first 10 seconds. So she answered the phone. I'm like, hi, this is Freddie. Just calling about your rental. They just sent her insurance center a reservation, so I'm just trying to get you set up. And she's like, no, I had ordered a large SUV. And I was like, okay, hold on. Um, I just said that the insurance center reservation. I was gonna get to that part and whatnot. So there was initially for a small car, but they bumped it up to SUV. I did get the SUV. So if you want to come and check it out and get started, I have availability at 2 o'clock. Just come on in. I'll get you taken care of. Okay. So she was like, okay. And I was explaining like her underwriting, and what underwriting is pretty much like guidelines that you have to go through and shit in order to get into the rental. So I was just like, hey, you just need to bring your license, um, credit and debit card for the security deposit, and your insurance policy, you know? And it's like, well, I have to check about the credit card because with this size vehicle, they usually have to be on a credit card, right? And then she starts
Mhm.
going off the fucking rails. She's like, I don't believe on a credit card, and like, I only have debit cards and stuff, and credit cards are it's kind of rare. And I'm just kind of thinking to myself, like, you drive a 2020 Suburban, you don't have a credit card, like that, like the math ain't
You're an
really,
adult, ma'am.
like the math ain't mathing. But then I thought about it, and now it's just like the husband, you know. So
Mhm.
so I was like, okay, once again, hold on. Let me go talk to my area manager just so I can double check because in the normal circumstances, it really do have to be a credit card. So I call him and he was like, no, if it's an insurance claim, we don't have to put on a credit card. It could be credit or debit. Not a big deal. So I call it back. I'm like, hey, I just got confirmation. It needs to be on a credit or a debit card and stuff. So long as it's in your name, you be all set. Okay. He's like, okay, cool. I'll see you at 2 o'clock. Perfect. She comes in at 1:49. Ain't still doing the shit, so I'm not really too worried. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get you set up. Just give me all this documentation. I'm gonna go ahead and get you rolling. Well, she gets everything, except like whenever you will put your like her insurance on file, we need your deductibles. We need to see how much your insurance deductibles is. So she was like, "Oh, my husband sent me the declaration page, but it's not loading up. So I'm gonna just have him call you to get that information." And I'm thinking to myself, that's kind of, you know, a little like that's like you making extra steps because honestly, he easily could tell you over the phone to tell me. But okay, whatever. I didn't tell her that, but I'm just like, all right, whatever. So husband calls me and I'm asking for his deductibles. He's like, "Oh man, yeah, my deductibles is like 500." And I'm like, "All right, cool. Like, thanks for the information, boss man. And I'm gonna get it taken care of. I have, like I said, I have the vehicle and shit. It's an expedition, yada yada and shit." And he's like, "Yeah, as long as it's like a large SUV, I ain't really too worried about it. But appreciate it." So cool. Hangs up on the phone with him, and then like for us, we have to do like a walk around these vehicles, make sure there's like not any damage, get the mileage, check fuel levels and stuff like that. So, as I'm getting my tablet to like start this process, she like looks at me and goes, are we just about ready? Because, I'm trying to make some moves." And I'm like, "Okay, hold on. I'm going to do an inspection. I'll have you sign a few documents. I will put your card on file, and then you'll be on your way." So damn, this whole thing I've been relatively cordial, okay? But this is where shit hits the fucking fan. And this is where I wanted to gouge your eyes out, okay? So I'm walking outside, right? And I'm walking outside, I'm in front of her. Now it's me, her, and her son. Her son had to be roughly around my age, which if you don't know, I'm 28. Um, and she's probably like 50 or something like that, okay? So I'm walking outside and I'm walking in front of her. And then all from the behind me, I hear, "Oh, and by the way, I don't like the way that you talk to me." And I'm like literally, like it really just like I stopped
Ma'am.
in my steps, okay? So I was like, "What do you mean?" And she's like, "I don't really like the way that you talk to me. Like it's very sarcastic and misogynistic." Y'all, I'm just
Oh.
gonna let y'all know from this point on, I forgot where the fuck I worked. Okay. So I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "Yeah, you talk real misogynistic and you need to get married because you need to understand that women is the boss of the relationship." And
Ooh.
I like, here I am, just shocked, okay? So I'm like, I look her dead in the eye and I go, I'm 28 years old with a wife that we've been together for roughly 10 years and two children and a daughter. I don't think I'll be misogynistic, but what are you trying to get at? So she goes, yeah, like just the way that you talk to me on the phone and in person, like it just really feels disrespectful. Like on the phone and in person is miss and ma'am and stuff like that. But like when you talk to my husband, you call him boss man. Y'all,
Okay. That's crazy.
this lady, dead ass, had the absolute gall to call me misogynistic because I ended her husband's conversation with thanks, boss man. Think about that. I literally
But a lot
told
of
him
men say that, like,
if anybody has spoken to me within shit the past year or so, like especially fellas, they will understand that that is like a closing term for me. Like, appreciate you, boss man, or thanks, boss man, and stuff like
mhm.
that. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, how is that misogynistic? Like, I've gave you the same amount of respect as I gave your husband, both on the phone and in person. And like that's how I talk. You know what I'm saying? Like that's like the equivalent of women calling other women like sugar or honey and shit like that. So
I
like,
don't
and
say
in
that.
my mind, I'm going, if my logic is right, then I have a right for you not like for you to be pissed off by your logic about you not calling me them things. Okay? Like, oh, you didn't call your girlfriend sugar? You call your girlfriend sugar but not me? Like, what the fuck is that about? You know, my feelings are hurt. So so now I'm getting really pressed, okay? I'm getting really pissed off. So she then goes, no, you're trying to make this argument about yourself and stuff, and you know, it's about how you hurt my feelings and stuff, and it's real like narcissistic and shit. And I'm like, narcissistic? You literally just accused me for being misogynistic, which I remind you is a very huge ethics issue that I could potentially lose my job over if you go address corporate about that, because they would practically investigate me for something like that. Like companies don't fuck around with shit like that. So I'm like, you accusing me of being misogynistic because I told your husband boss man. And she's like, yeah, like, you could have said boss lady. And I'm like, I'm fucking not. Like, I'm not about to call you boss lady. You know how fucking weird that is? Like, imagine me, like Erica come in, I'm like, what's up,
Boss
boss
bitch.
lady? Like,
Boss bitch.
that shit sounds so weird. Yeah, what's up, boss
Yo.
bitch? Like,
It's like she wants like a professional title. Like, what does she want, Madam Mayor or something?
yeah, I was like, shit, you want me to call you mademoiselle? Like, what the fuck are you
No.
asking for? So, like, we're going back and forth about this argument and I got so pissed off. I literally dropped my tablet, okay? Which, by the way, these tablets are like 2 grand. I dropped
You
this
dropped it?
tablet and I'm like, let me ask you a question. Do you want this rental? And she's like, yeah, she's like, yeah, I need it and stuff. And I was like, I need you to drop this conversation right now. Because at this point, what are you doing? What you're doing is making an argument that has nothing to do with my job occupation and what I'm supposed to provide to you at this moment. I provide you with exceptional customer service with not only you and your husband, and went out of my way to get this vehicle for you, which by the way, I had to close my store for an hour and a half because I was the only person working at that branch to go get that vehicle. So I'm like, I did all of this for you, okay? And you have the audacity to sit here and call me a narcissist, which honestly, up for debate. I say real narcissistic shit every now and then, but wouldn't kind of think that I would be one. But to call me a misogynistic person because I didn't call you boss lady or some fucking equivalent, I was like, that had, first of all, if anybody should be offended, it's me and shit. And then secondly, this has nothing to do with my job. So I highly advise you to drop this topic. And if you bring it up again, I will not put you in this rental. And I really don't care. You can take that up with corporate and your lawyer, because your lawyer is not going to be able to do shit if I put you on DNR. So, and she's like, okay, but I was like, there's no buts. There's nothing to like for you to let me know about. Okay, you literally came for my neck and shit for something that is so childish. It's so petty. It's such a Gen Z argument. Like, for you to sit here and call me misogynistic about terms of endearment and words that I use, and you trying to restrict me from that. That's like the equivalent of like getting pissed off because a Southern Belle keeps saying honey. Like, why you keep calling me honey and shit? Why didn't you call your husband? Like, shit like that. So
Mm-hmm.
pretty much, and then had the nerve to be like, well, how would I know that you won't put like damages on the vehicle and shit like that? I'm like, do you honestly think that I'm about to lose my fucking job for not doing my job? If this is a
Right.
perfectly fine vehicle with no damages, I have given you the option to record and take photos of this vehicle, including the fuel, because it is on full, and this vehicle is also a connected car, so like I can't even lie about the fuel if I wanted to. So if you bring this bitch back or anything less than that, then I'm charging you every dime that you deserve. But also, why would I mark damage on a vehicle? Why would I mark damage on a vehicle after your rental when I have to prove it? Like, think
Mm-hmm.
about it. You
Make it
know?
make sense.
Exactly. And anyway, if the vehicle had damage on it in the first place, the company could backdate this stuff. Okay, we can hold the person that's accountable prior to us, or the employee that was accountable for it prior to me getting this vehicle. So you, at this point, you grasping at straws, and the son was pretty much like, "Mom, like, it's really like not a big of a deal. You're making an argument about nothing. Like, he's really trying to do his job, and you making it extremely difficult with your fucking social justice warrior shit. Like, and he's going off the rails on her. And I'm like, see, a
Damn.
motherfucker that understands. Like, like, what the fuck were you thinking? And one thing that really like set me off about it, and this is something that I truly like dislike. Okay, starting to see this a lot nowadays. I hate when people are going through something, they think that it's cool that they could take their frustrations on what they're going through on like other people. Like, first of all,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fucking therapist. I will never be a therapist. Fuck you and your emotions, okay? With that being said, don't come throw your problems at me and expect me to be your punching bag. Like, especially when I'm at work, okay? I'm here
Like
to
trying to get
do
me in
what the
trouble.
fuck I was paid to do. Okay, I get paid a lot of money to do what I do. And the last thing that I want to do is be your punching bag because of some shit that happened that doesn't pertain to me. Okay, so I put in I have her sign a contract. She practically didn't say anything to me for the rest of the time that she was there. But then I'm like walking back and shit, and she like it's like outside doing like a thorough inspection again to make sure that I didn't miss anything. And like that shit had me like super fucking pressed, you know? So I called my manager about it, and like we're talking about it, and he's like, he asked you a question like, in your opinion, do you feel like it was like racially motivated? I'm like 100%, you know, because she was fine. Like, yes, we had our little hiccup at the beginning, but she was fine when I found this vehicle. Okay, she didn't know who I was. She didn't know the color skin or anything like that. But she was in awe when she saw the only motherfucker that's running this branch, a black motherfucker at that, running this branch, doing what he has to do, and it's successful. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, she had to deal with the fact, like, she really tried to use the whole like a like single black male thing against me. Like, if I look like a single black male. Newsflash, dumbass. Like, I have everything established that I need. You know what I'm saying? My family life and my personal life is very much established. Like, but you're out here grasping at straws. Like, why would you assume somebody's like relationship or like personal life? And that's what really like just had me fuming like the past few days, is because like you really try to use that against me. You dead ass looked me in the eye and was like, oh, you need to get married to a woman because women rules the marriage. And I'm like, what are you
Maybe
talking
her
about?
marriage.
I'm fucking married. Like, and I feel sorry for your fucking husband that he has to put up with your dumb ass. So like, why do you feel so entitled to bring that up? You know what I'm saying? I told her nothing about my personal life. She knew nothing about me and shit like that. But the second I mentioned that to her, her whole argument switched. Like, I very much know how to speak to women. The misogynistic part, though, like, honestly, I'm still very much pissed off about it. You know,
It's
don't call me
understandable.
misogynistic, okay? Like,
Yeah.
if you've known me personally, or if you've been a long time viewer of the show, or if you just know who I am, like, for any means, anybody could tell you I'm the last motherfucker that's misogynistic. Okay, reason why? Because for starters, I've always given women the respect that they deserve, even when I was doing like dog shit or like not taking care of myself or been in a bad state. I've still given women like the respect and credit that they deserve. You know what I'm saying? Secondly, I've like made sure that they were noticed, which a lot of niggas don't do. Okay, like nowadays, shit, niggas would won't bat an eye, get your name or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So when it came to like how like I approach women, whether it be like you Erica or Deja or Jane and shit like that, like I have been absolutely respectful of you guys because I know how things can be for you guys. You know what I'm saying? I know the standards of how the standards of women and being judged just for being a fucking woman can be. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if you're like a black woman or a Hispanic woman. If you're a minority woman, you like shit just gets a million times worse. You know what I'm saying? Third,
Mhm.
women have to put on a fucking show for men. Like, you guys have to absolutely do things that we don't have to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all get shamed about your bodies or how you look or how you present yourself, your personality. Some niggas think you too fat, some niggas think you too skinny. Once you go from fat to skinny, they got a problem with that. Once you go to skinny to fat, you get a problem with. You see what I'm getting at? Like, you guys already have to deal with a lot, so why the fuck would I even like want to add on to that? Like, that makes no sense.
Mhm.
And I'm a black man. I deal with a lot of shit personally. So I might not know it from a feminine standpoint, but from a minority standpoint, I can understand the same frustrations you guys would have, okay? Like, it still blows my mind. Like, You know, just even talking about it, like I'm just getting like really like pissed off about it because this is a white woman, a Caucasian woman telling me that I don't know how to speak to women. You know what I'm saying? A married man with 2 kids, okay? Don't know how to speak to women.
Mm. She's looking for problems, like
She
racial
is
motivated.
she is fucking seasoned with saltine crackers, and I hope her dog dies. I know that's really aggressive, and this show might get taken down, but I
What did
really
the
do
dog
mean
do?
everything that I say. I wish the absolute worst for her, because one of the worst ways you can get on my bad side is to accuse me of something like that. Don't accuse me of being misogynistic, and then also you practically putting my job in jeopardy because you could easily
Right.
go to corporate about that. Corporate will go to my group manager. Now my group manager got my black ass under a microscope, and I'm getting audited by 5 different people that I don't know about my fucking ethic. Like ethics,
Mhm.
ethics review in the corporate world is nothing to fuck with. Like that is a serious thing. If you get called racist, misogynistic, sexist, fucking anything that involves ethics, and they gotta pull your ass to the side, you're in for the time of your life because they take that shit very seriously. 100%. I've been a manager at multiple jobs and like had to see that shit firsthand. That shit is no joke. It's really not.
Mhm.
So to be accused of something like that, like, oh no. So unfortunately, like, I had to experience my first Karen, like my first actual Karen incident. More of the story, I hope she fucking chokes, okay? Um the amount of disrespect that I like, and I've been with my company for almost a year now, okay? And I've had hard customers. I have people that's been rough around the edges, you know, that's been disrespectful and shit like that. But this was new to me, okay? Because it's like that's a heavy accusation. It's really heavy, you know? Why? Apparently she was going through some things. Why I think it was? Because I'm black. I'm a black male running a branch by myself. You know what I'm saying? Which, by the way, newsflash, dummy, I was doing excellent there. You know, like I practically tripled the income of that place and shit. And they flat out said, "Hey, if you would have been qualified, we would have just hired you here. You do an amazing job." You know, so I don't know. Like it's just so fucking crazy to me. It's so baffling. Like, damn, y'all. Damn. I had to vent about this. Like, it's just kinda it's just so wild. Like, we really live in a day and age where niggas would just accuse you of shit that
Cancel
for no
culture is
reason.
real.
Right. Cause and you know the real reason was because when she went go put her car in the dealership like didn't want to take it in because she's not on the actual like she's not on the registration. Her husband is. So they were like, "No, we're not taking it in. We don't know who the fuck you are." You know what I'm saying? How is
Mhm.
that my fault? Shoot. If anything, you should have got a prenup because if he divorces your
Mhm.
stupid ass, that suburban is his. Like, but yeah, that I really do hope the absolute worst for her. I hope that the vehicle actually does get damaged so I could tax her ass. Like I really do hope it. Like I'm collecting your deductible, run me that. You could be upset. I'm showing no remorse. I'm like, you remember when I was misogynistic? Say that to this money you're about to pay. So
Thank you, ma'am.
yeah, I love you. Next. So yeah. Um, long story short, fuck her. And we're gonna take a break because I need to get some water and stuff. When we come back, we're gonna do spill the sauce. I'm gonna spot me, you know what I'm saying? And then it might be another pissed off topic, honestly. And then we're gonna talk Elon Musk. and his third child. And y'all, I've been laughing at this shit for a few days now. What he named their child. If you know, you know. If you don't, you're in for a ride. So we'll be back. Oh God, what the fuck?
How scary.
Yeah, I know. It was one of them Halloween we'll be back. So we'll be back 5 minutes. See you soon. Or we back. We back, baby. We back, baby. Oh, what the fuck am I doing?
No, you almost made me spit on my water.
Wait, we're doing that. We're doing that. You remember when the like the
So
weird ass
fire.
You remember when the weird ass kids used to flip like their eyelids like
Fucking
upside down?
eyelids.
Yeah.
Yo, those are the kids that pick up their scabs, wear jean shorts, and eat glue. I don't care.
Yeah, them kids. I'm convinced them kids are all in prison. All of them. Like, like they used to do that. Like, I don't know if y'all
They
know.
used to
Like
pick up their scabs just cuz.
they eat their scabs. Like they'll pick it and be
Oh
like,
god. They
that
wear
shit tastes.
fucking black Air Force Ones.
Yeah, that shit tastes like Oreos.
Yo.
Kids are really like, oh my god, kids are
Demons.
just fucking crazy. Okay.
No.
All right. So like, we don't get into this week's spill the sauce, and it kind of has a little bit to do with the Karen situation, that bitch. But I really dislike social justice warriors. Okay, I really dislike them. Okay, now there is a like some explaining to do because that's a heavy statement. What I mean by that is don't try to like force your opinions or like your emotions about something on me. Okay, and make matters worse, don't try to like weaponize it against me. So like the whole Karen pretty much was like, oh, I feel this way, and I'm just trying to flip it back on her. Don't do that. Okay, because like, when has it become a problem of me having an opinion? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like nowadays people can't have like arguments or discussions anymore. Like, because we need to either pick a side. We need to be on A side or B side. I can't have an opinion about something anymore. Like, let's say like me, like let's say Erica, like you was just like, hey, my favorite color is red. And then I was like, well, mine's is blue and shit. There's no way in this fucking universe now, where people could be like, I'll respect that, you know what I'm saying? Personally, I like red, but like blue is a cool choice and stuff. I can see it from your standpoint, yada yada. Nowadays is, bitch, you like blue? What the fuck? Like, you need to get canceled and shit. I'm reporting you to fucking Twitter.
Mm.
Like, why is it like that? I think part of it is because of social justice warriors. Like, I really sit down and I'll be on like Twitter or like Instagram and stuff, and I'll scroll through like some people's posts and stuff. Like, some people be having a bad fucking take. Like, they could be 100% wrong, and there are still people out there that would defend that person. Could you believe it? You could tell a nigga 2 + 2 is 4, and somebody would still be like, well, not in this way. Like, what do you mean? Like, it's definitive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, there's no talking about it. And let it be an opinion. Like, ain't they really just like want to pull you apart for having an opinion? Like, it's okay to have an opinion. It's also okay to have a wrong opinion. It's very possible. But it's another thing to like weaponize it and try to like force somebody to like change their opinion. Which is why I hate social justice warriors so fucking much. Because they use shit like, oh, you're misogynistic, you're narcissistic, you're fucking you're ableist, you're sexist, shit like that. Which in some cases, yes, it's true, but in other cases, or majority of cases, it's very much wrong. They just want to call you that because they can't like either provide fact or has nothing else to say. So it's really dumb. It's extremely dumb that unfortunately we live in a day and age where it has become like the norm to expect people to be like that, to be SJWs, as they're called and shit like that. Like, it's funny if you ever watched the Amazing World of Gumball. There's an episode about so there's an episode about social justice warrior, which is by all means, that episode was like years ahead of its time because it perfectly describes how they are. Like, somebody would tell you, like, you could be eating white bread, and somebody would tell you, well, you should be eating wheat bread because it's better. You know what I'm saying? Okay, yes, it's better, but can I enjoy my fucking bread? Like, it's bread. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sure me eating white bread one time isn't gonna fucking tip me off the obesity scale. Like, it's shit like that. Have you ever had to deal with a social justice warrior?
Um, Not like personally, but I mean, I'm on most social platforms, so like I see it mostly on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it started off as a positive thing in I would say maybe like 2016, 2017, because that's when I feel like I don't know, maybe 2017, 2018, because I feel like it was like really starting to happen. The earliest I remember it happening was like maybe like the Me Too movement.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, which it started off okay, good, like because those people are dirt bags. Which like it started off good, and then I feel like somewhere like the message kind of got lost in translation. Like, okay, like we can agree to disagree, but we don't have, it's not a dictatorship. We don't all have to like agree. And sometimes, some people do things or say things that are wrong. And sometimes I feel like with cancel culture, not all the time, but they're so quick to cancel somebody instead of like, let's try to educate them first. I
Yeah.
will say it depends on what it is. Like, okay, let's say Kanye and his anti-Semitic remarks, that was just off the fucking wall.
Yeah, it's off the wall. Yeah, deserve to get
Yeah,
canceled.
he always says off the wall shit, but I mean, for me, I canceled him in my mind back in 2018 when he said slavery was a choice. So it's just been, for him, it's different because he's always like not had a filter, and look at the shit that he did with Taylor Swift. What was that, the VMAs?
Yeah.
Like he has no filter. So it's always like, oh, it's Kanye, and it's just like been getting worse. Now it's just like we can't say it's Kanye,
Like,
because
yeah.
if you look at Hollywood, Hollywood is pretty much run by Jewish people. Like they run the entire behind the scenes. So he pissed off the wrong people and a lot of people. So in his case, it's like, okay, like yeah, this nigga has been canceled, but
Yeah.
it's really crazy because I finally met a Jewish person like after his whole
Like
rant.
debacle. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, because we were talking about artists, and she's like, "Oh, who's your favorite artist?" I'm like, Drake, Beyonce, Megan Thee Stallion. And I'm like, "Oh, who's yours?" So she named Kanye, and before that, she said she was Jewish, and I kind of like stopped in my tracks. I was like, "Really?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, I'm not judging. Like, I'm the last to judge. I'm the first to understand. But I'm asking because I genuinely want to know. Like, I've met Jewish people. I haven't met anyone since he came out with those anti-Semitic, remarks. So I'm interested. I haven't actually talked to a Jewish person and see like how they felt. So I was like, like let me pick her brain. So she's like, oh well, I don't listen to his music as much. Like, I don't agree with what he said, but I don't know. I'm like, no, I don't know. Like, for me, if I was Jewish, I would not fuck with him after that. Like, I forgot what exactly he said, but it was just way too off the wall. And like me personally, also like he's a very talented person. Can never take that from him. I feel like at times it's a bit hard to separate the artist from the
From the
person.
talent. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard. Like, can't take his time. Like, just like Donald Trump, but like he's a fucking racist piece of shit. Like, he's
Yeah.
a great businessman, racist piece of shit. R. Kelly, talented, fucking rapist, fucking child pedophile. I
Yeah,
can't
that
take
dude is
him.
a whole lot.
So yeah, you know what I mean? So I was just like honestly mind blown, and I told her like I'm not judging you. I just like I actually like I genuinely want to know like how can you continue like to listen to him after he said these things? Like how did it make you feel? She was just kind of like like whatever, like as if turning the other cheek, or like what he said wasn't as bad, and like or she thinks it's justified for her thinking because oh well I don't listen to him as much anymore. I'm like that's fucking
Right.
wild.
But it's like at that point it's like that's a level of like you just uneducated, you know?
Yeah.
That's probably
Yeah, because
somebody
even
that
like
like,
R. Kelly's like mad talented, but like the nigga pees on little girls,
yeah, it's
get on
crazy.
cold. I'm okay.
Yeah, this nigga out here pissing on people. You know,
I don't want to
like,
golden showers. Like, oh no.
man, not me. Shit. First of all,
Yo.
we extremely weird. Second of all, why the fuck would you anybody want somebody else to piss on them? That's crazy.
He's
Like,
just a fucking weirdo. But you know what I
hey, he is a
mean?
weirdo.
Like you just can't like there's just some things like that aren't okay and you have to like put your foot on like, okay, like I'm not fucking with that. Like I personally don't fuck with racist people.
Me either.
Um
I will chew you
Sexist,
out in a heartbeat.
yeah, narcissist, misogynistic,
Could you
anything
believe it?
like
That's me apparently.
homophobic.
Yeah.
Yeah, like homophobic, like anything like that.
Oh yeah.
And it's not because oh I identify with certain groups. It's just that's my belief. Why spread hate when we can spread love? And I'm just very like I don't care what the next person's doing. Like they're not. Mm, how
They're not affecting you
how
directly.
explicit can I get
Go
before I say what
crazy.
I want to say?
We already said the
Okay,
R-rated rape, so I mean it's over.
fuck.
So
But I mean,
we
it's all over the internet. He's a fucking rapist. So like I don't care what the next person's doing. Like you're not paying my bills. You didn't bring me to this world. You're not fucking me. Like I don't care like what the next person's doing. I
right.
feel like some people are just so caught up like even with like the Bible thumpers. Like, oh my God, it's wrong to be gay. Like, bitch, who are you to say what is right and what is
Right.
wrong?
And
And why
niggas
are you
that
so
like
worried?
biblical social justice warriors are like some of the worst because them niggas don't realize that everything that they like say is bad or wrong, that people be doing and they quote the Bible for, they're doing like some exact same shit that the Bible be saying, hey, don't
Honestly,
fucking do. So they over here
real
talking
shit.
about you shouldn't be gay, it's in the Bible, and then you're like, well, fucking
The
Johnny,
pastors
you're
touching little
committing a
boys.
fucking adultery. Like,
Yeah.
did we forget that's one of the 10 Commandments? Like, let's have a conversation about that. Who's going to hell faster, the gay nigga or the nigga
I'll
that's
meet you
cheating on his
there.
wife?
I'll meet you there.
Like, okay, it's so great, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's like why have this argument when like you guys are being hypocritical about it? You know,
Like
me.
they should just think like they're God and they're perfect. Like I don't think I'm perfect. Nobody's perfect but God.
Right. My thing is my thing. Here's my thing, and I'm not a religious person. Like, if you know me, I'm atheist and whatnot. And but this is not to take away from like religious people. Like, practice your beliefs, and I'll support you and stuff like that. But that's your personal beliefs. But the one way that I was always looked at it is that when it comes to the actual like description of God, I think that when people discuss about God or um people nowadays, should I say, they discuss them in the image of what they would say is accurate to them. So pretty much they describe God as the perfect image of themselves, not like a standalone being. You know what I'm saying? So when I hear people talking about God and stuff like that, like it's always been like God is this, God is that, yada yada yada. But is he really that, or is he what you want him to be?
Your
You know,
version.
so your version. So and that's one reason. That's one reason why like I could never like get into it. Like in getting into religion, but like social justice warriors, especially the religious ones, will weaponize that to a fucking
Oh
T. Like,
my
oh, you're
God.
atheist, you're going to hell. You're gay, you're going to hell. And fucking, but be like, hey man, like
Adultery, you're going to hell.
your husband is fucking a femboy and shit, and so not only is he fucking gay, but he's also feminist. Like, so I mean, by your logic, I mean, is he going to hell? I mean, I would say he's
That's what I'm
nosedive
saying.
into
Like
it by your logic.
nowadays, it's just so different. I feel like some people are so stuck in the past, like with their thought process and like their beliefs. Like me personally, like I grew up. My parents were Christian, and
Mm-hmm.
they grew up in their households. Like my dad's side, it wasn't like pushed down their throat, but they would go to church with the family and everything. And then my mom's side, I think they would go more when they're kids, and then when they got older, they wouldn't. So when my parents got married, they kind of, I don't know, say like let us decide, but they didn't ram it down our throats. So
Yeah, which is
some of
good.
us went to church, yeah, which I love them for. Thank you. Some of us went to church, versus like myself and one of my sisters, like we didn't. And I mean, I was a lot younger than my other siblings. Like, my older sister, I'm like 5, 6 years apart from her. So I'm young. Like, I don't really understand. Like, I remember they did take us to some like Bible camp when I was still living in Northern California. But I didn't really like understand like in bits and pieces. And then we were never the family like, oh, we're gonna go every Sunday. Like, we didn't like talk really about God. And like, we're a Christian family, but we're not like gun ho on it. Even now, like, I do believe in God and I'm a Christian, but I don't go to church every Sunday. I believe in God, but I feel
Right.
like I'm not diehard, and I don't agree with everything. Like the whole thing with like gay people going to hell. Like, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with like you have to live this fucking perfect life, or else,
It's
oh, if you
impossible.
sin, you're gonna go to hell. Yeah, it's impossible. So I don't. I feel like it's too black and white. Like,
Yeah,
it's too
yeah.
black and white,
But
and
I
it's
mean,
not
that's
like there's a gray area.
yeah. So like, honestly, to like really back into like the initial point, um,
Right.
social justice warriors should be stopped, or at least modified. Um, like it's very much okay to have an opinion about stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I think that we should be able to talk and agree and disagree on our own accord and stuff
Hmm.
without having to be crucified for it. Now, obviously, if it's wrong, it's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna
Right.
let you know. Like, but and if you defending wrong, then you're wrong too, and you're like making a problem even worse. You know what I'm saying?
You're condoning it.
So
Yeah.
like prime example and stuff. Before we move on to our last topic, that big issue with that star, what's his name, like Danny Masterson or something. Like he got
Ooh.
yeah, he got
Yeah.
convicted of like raping of rape, and they convicted him, and
Hmm.
Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis had wrote like a letter and shit like that, talking about, oh, he's a great person and blah blah blah, like he has great character and shit like that. Like, you
Hmm.
guys are, yeah, you guys are practically like
Condoning it. Your
invalidating
excuses.
the, like,
Yeah.
you're practically invalidating the reason why these women took him to court and why he got arrested and stuff, like, and then they were like, they made like an apology and stuff, but there were like people still in the comments and stuff, like trying to defend them and defend that guy and stuff. And I'm like, are y'all fucking sick? Like, two or three women practically had their lives ruined by this man, by
Hmm.
this monster, and you guys are still defending him. Like, you guys are pretty much
It's like the R. Kelly people.
yeah, like this
Like,
nigga
even
had a
some people
cult.
from Chicago still defend him, or like, oh, well, he's still talented. We still love R.
Yeah,
Kelly.
like, and you gotta like separate talent from the actual person. Like, same thing with Kanye. Kanye extremely talented. I love Kanye West music. I very much do. As a person, piece of shit. Absolutely hate him. You know what I'm saying? Because he does and say things that's really off the rails, and then expects like he expects that there won't be any repercussions behind it. Like,
Hmm.
there's some
But
shit
he's
that's just like,
Kanye.
Kanye, you gotta understand, like, that whole slavery is a choice thing. Like, bro, that is a wild, like, you think a nigga like woke up one morning and was like, well, I decide my career is to be whipped every day and pick cotton. Like, fuck no, nobody decides that. Like, but it's shit like that. Like, people that defend arguments like that, those are people that are really sick in the head, or like, are extremists and stuff like that. And I want those people purged. I really want like, Twitter and Facebook to like delete accounts like that, but of course you can't, because we have a wonderful thing, um that's called the Constitution, and we have a right to free speech. And unfortunately, free speech covers all speech, which includes wrong speech and extremist
Mhm.
speech and shit like that. So, I mean,
Any
yeah, but
speech.
more story. Social justice warrior, fuck you. And honestly, like I really do wish there were less of you guys. And on like, the internet is growing every day, and there's more radicals that come out with it and make things harder. So, um, now moving forward, speaking of internet and stuff, the last topic we want to talk about is Elon Musk, guys. Mr. Musk, Mr. X, which by the way, you need to just go back to Twitter. It sucks.
Me
I
too,
hate it so
Twitter.
much.
I still haven't updated because I refuse to lose my
I
bird. Like,
I
he ruined it.
unfortunately was forced into updating it. Well, it just
Yeah.
happened because I have auto update on my phone.
Oh,
So
not
like
me.
now, I'll open up my socials and I just see X, and I'm just like,
This is so
come on, man,
disgusting.
like to like what it like to like an unsuspecting person. If I would have saw that shit, I'm like, this nigga out here got a porn social media app. That's crazy.
Because
Like,
that's what it looks like. Like,
I mean, and
Twitter
that's
before
what
was so
Twitter pretty much is.
inviting.
Yeah, that's pretty much what Twitter is. Like, you
It was
go
blue
down.
and white.
Yeah, it's blue and white to black or white and an X. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I
I mean,
mean,
I love me some black, duh, because I'm black. But the X,
yeah, the X.
see,
Shit,
there's
I would have
something
thought.
else.
Oh, like black.com or something stuff.
That's
the,
a
the
conversation for another time.
yeah, no, for real, cause Twitter definitely looks like a porn site. I'm gonna be honest, like it might as well
Yup,
be.
I
If
can
you
see
wanna,
that.
if you wanna check that stuff out, just go down Sexy Red's Twitter posts and shit. You gonna have
Check it
a time
out.
of your life and shit. There you go. I got you homework to do for tonight. You know what I'm saying? But we're not here about discussing about that. I'm talking about Elon Musk and he had a third child. Okay, and Elon Musk. Elon Musk and Grimes, they have to be on a Percocet. They have to be on something, okay? Because he named his child something so. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just thinking about it. He named
Get
it
yourself
something
together.
so wild. He named it something so wild that like I really couldn't stop thinking about it. Okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna give you a hint. Give you a hint. It's very like it's very techno. Techno. Do you know what this kid's name is? Have you seen it up? Have you looked it up yet?
Um, I think I have, but like I'm a little confused because I know they initially had one kid like years ago. I
Yeah.
never knew that they had. Oh no, I knew they had a second. I didn't know they had a third. I thought they were in it together.
No,
But I
yeah.
think isn't it something with like an X?
Okay, so I'm gonna discuss that too, like how to say the
Okay.
second child's name. Because it's like X and this weird AE sign and then X
Yeah.
like A12 or something. Like we don't get to discuss that because a lot of people still don't know what that shit name is. But Elon Musk's third child name is Techno Mechanicus.
Mm.
Oh wait, it's the
Because you're asking for your child to get bullied, like these celebrities, and not just them, but they're the perfect example because, you see it, it's in the news. Like,
yeah.
why would you name your kid that or like fucking, I don't know, Apple? Like, a
Okay,
name like
now
Stormy,
like
that shit is cute.
Apple I can understand because like Apple like it's
No,
a
because I'm gonna be like, where's my fucking cinnamon apple at?
good. I mean, good point, but like, but like, uh, honestly, like I'm not too like Apple is kind of like you know,
Well, it's not like,
but
I'm just throwing a name out there, or like fucking, I don't know. Hold on, give me a second. Sharkeisha.
Sharkeisha. Now that's crazy. Okay, that's crazy.
Sharkeisha.
Sharkeisha. She over there. You just over here. Great white Sharkeisha.
Sharkeisha,
she's
no,
she's
like
Bruce from a fucking Finding Nemo.
I don't understand. Or like I remember Kylie Jenner was originally gonna name her son Wolf. What the fuck?
Yeah, Wolf Jenner. That's weird.
Wolfie?
Northwest. Think about that. Northwest. You are intermediate direction. That's your name. Northwest.
Damn.
North.
It's
Go
just some of
northwest.
these
Go
names
northwest.
I
What,
don't
nigga?
understand. Some are cool and creative. I'm like, okay, like I see, the thinking, but others just like, do you just want your child to get like picked on and crucified? Like
Yeah.
I just
So
wouldn't want my kid to walk around with that name. Like I love my name. It is a bit annoying sometimes walking around because it's spelling my name. My name is Erica. It's not the usual Erica or Erika. It's Aricka. So when people see it, I've gotten Arica, Arika. I've even gotten fucking Africa once. And
Africa, like where the
yeah, I
fuck
had to
is
keep
the
my
F at?
composure. Yeah, and when I got that, I was at work, so I had to keep my composure. But
Oh my god.
just so I my frustration a little bit. That's where my frustration comes from, a little bit of it, because like even the pronunciation, like I love my name.
Yeah.
My mom just changed it because all of my siblings' initials are like A and J, so it had to be
Yeah.
changed. But
No,
yeah,
for sure. So like apparently this third child was born mid June in 2022. His name is
mm-hmm.
Techno Mechanicus. Okay.
What's the
uh
first kid's name?
so oh yeah, I'm about to get into it. So I'm just gonna read the article. So Techno Mechanicus go by their nickname Tau, which is a hint at Musk's own birthday. The Greek letter stands for the number equal to 2 times 5, which rounds to 628. Both Tao and the couple's daughters, Y, were born through a surrogate. So, like,
That's awesome.
so he pretty much named this child, uh, he pretty much named this child Techno Mechanicus because, of like, 2 times pi. This nigga's name is children off of math problems. So let me tell you the story about the first two names, okay? So the second child name, who is um like the XAE-A12, it's
Mm-hmm.
it's wait, let me look it up because I literally was having this discussion like a few days ago. It's really weird, but it's actually like code for something. So the name is where the fuck is it? I'm trying to find it. Oh, I'm trying to find it. I just had it.
You need help?
No, I got it. It's just like I had the article up and then it's just really weird. Oh yeah. So XAE-A12 is like pretty much the X is for solving for X. The AE is like Exa. So pretty much it's like a Latin term. And then A12 was an airplane that was made by Lockheed Martin that pretty much was codenamed Archangel. And that's how he got that. See how complicated his fucking kid's name is?
He's
Uh
complicated himself, so I understand now.
he complicates the name himself. So it's yeah, so oh yeah, here we go. Cause I just found the actual article for it. So it's X Ash Archangel. That's his kid name. X, like I said, Sulfur X. The AE is Ash, which pretty much is like a Latin term, like a Latin letter. And then A12 is the pretty much the plane, like the Operation Archangel, which was the name of the plane. So XAE-A12.
Yeah, what the
So
fuck, man?
it's uh Exa
That's all I
Ash
can
Art,
say.
and then also uh the A. So like another thing too is he says the A12 is the precursor to SR-17. His favorite aircraft, no weapons, no defenses, just speed, great in battle but non-violent. Plus the A equals Archangel, my favorite song. So X, unknown variable. AE, my elven spelling for I, or love, or AI, or artificial intelligence. And then A12, a fucking plane. So X Ash Archangel. That's his second child name.
Throw the whole kid away.
Throw the whole kid away. Your kid a fucking
At this
transformer.
point.
His kids are all transformers. And then the second one is Exa Dark Sidreo Musk. Uh, so the meaning for that one is Exa is a reference to the supercomputing term of exaflops, the ability to perform 1 quintillion floating point operations per second. And then the pronunciation of Sidril, which is the third part of the name, is both a nod to her favorite Lord of the Rings character, which is Galadriel, and describe it as a more elven spelling of Sidril, which means the true time of the universe, star time, deep space time, and not our relative Earth time. Why the fuck is this so complicated, y'all? Why when you get famous, you think you have to name your kids fucking these goddamn names that make no sense? Like, why can't it just be John, Jimmy?
Can you imagine filling out a fucking Scantron bubble of your name with that?
Exactly. Like,
I'd be
you over
punching
here.
the air.
Yeah, you over here punching the air because you can't put the Latin term for ash. Shit, like, what the fuck? Yeah, like, this is so dumb. Celebrities
I will
get.
forever have beef with my parents if I were them.
Yeah, your name is really just like Rick with an A in the beginning and the end. It's literally what it is. So,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Sorry, I have beef with my mother. She threw a second I in my name to try to make it sound exquisite. The whole bitch is silent. Like,
I don't mind my name as much, but if I was like Elon Musk and Grimes' kids, like I'd be like, what the fuck? Like,
I'm
you know
getting
how long it takes me
emancipated.
to fill out my Scantron, like the name of my Scantron?
Yeah, I'm getting
I would want to
emancipated.
fight every time. Yeah,
They
like I
got
want to fight every time.
Techno Mechanicus.
Why?
Techno Mechanic. Your kid a
What?
whole. Your kid a
A
whole.
whole techno motherfucking
No, your kid a whole transformer. This
Oh my
nigga wake.
god.
This motherfucker wake up. Our ears. You wake up,
Hell
Mom.
no.
I'm about to roll out.
Autobots out.
Autobots roll out. That is so unfortunate. If I was that kid, man, I gotta change my name. I'm changing it to John. My name is John Williams Musk. Something real basic,
I would change my
convenient.
name. Like, you know
Yeah,
how
because
annoying that's gonna be going through
Techno
life, having to
Mechanicus.
explain your name.
This nigga sound like a Decepticon.
Oh
That's
my
so
god.
upset. Like, that's a ratchet ass name. You know? Damn. Man, like, these celebrities gotta reel it in. Y'all gotta reel it in. Y'all gotta name it like real baby name.
This
You
too
are
off the
hurting these.
wall.
Right. You are hurting these kids' name. Like, you are hurting these kids and shit. Now these kids gotta grow up, have to deal with motherfucking kids that act just like me, getting roasted and shit. These niggas' self-esteem is just disrupted. So, man, Erica, don't do it. Whenever you have like little nigglets running around,
No,
little
they're gonna have regular names. Like,
what if you had a kid right now, what would you name it? Like a boy or girl? Like,
I have a list. Can I go down my list?
Yeah, go down your list. Let me hear your list.
Okay, girls. First would be Ava. I was actually supposed to be named Ava, but my dad didn't get to name me since he named my twin.
Yeah.
Sasha, Megan after my good sis.
Oh my god.
And sorry, cannot. For boys, Grayson.
I don't like Grayson. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like Grayson.
Nigga, no one asked you. You asked what I like. Grayson.
Damn.
And I like Benji.
Benji?
Yeah, it's so cute.
That sounds pretty country right there.
You asked me, and
I
I
did
told
ask
you.
you. I did
Yeah,
ask you. So
you
I
asked me,
mean,
and I told you.
yeah. I mean, I can't blame you. I mean, that's you. It's a name you chick. I like your girl names. I do really like your girl names a lot. Your boys'
Man,
names, they
don't
use some
steal
work.
them.
You could have named your boy Dylan or Christopher. You know what I'm saying? Like, I heard those are great keep.
No, I
Why
would
not?
be no. My child isn't gonna be toxic like you.
Why you? That's not even a toxic
Why?
name.
Why?
Shit, most
Why is
Dylans are
because
white.
you're a toxic man. That is a fire sign. That is a Sagittarius. I said what I
What that
said.
got to do with it? Angelo is
Everything.
Angelo. You know,
Why would you name that baby Angelo when
because
he's a fire sign and he's a Sagittarius? That's
he's an
crazy.
angel. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Shit, for the most
Let's
part.
see. He
When the
took his
nigga is
mama's
sleeping.
fruit today. Come on.
Oh my god.
Scheming.
All right. Well. Maybe you give it some consideration. I don't know. Like Grayson.
Well, I mean, I'm not there yet. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
you're
not.
not there
Oh,
yet.
once I
Just
sit down with future hubby, like, this is
yeah.
what names I like, and I'm already bringing to the table.
That
But
nigga
I
gonna be
mean,
like, he. As long as you don't name it
he's
like
gonna have an
Demetrius.
input.
Yeah, as long as you don't
No,
name it
that
like
name's kind of cringe to me. I don't like that name.
Demetrius.
Demetrius, like,
Yeah, I don't think I met a good Demetrius.
no, I really love the name Grayson. I think it's so cute.
Grayson.
Um,
I mean,
yeah,
yeah, I can
Grayson.
see it. See it.
Grayson's really
Great
cute.
Grayson.
Other than that, I don't really know like what other boy names for
Don't name it
now.
any like D name that's like conveniently black,
No, I can't name
like
it any J
Dion,
names. Any J names or anyone like named after a car.
Jamarcus,
Fucking toxic.
Jamarcus. Not fucking toxic.
Yes,
Jameson.
people who are named after cars. Um, their name
Wait,
starts
who's
begin
named?
with
Oh yeah,
J.
Mercedes. Yeah, that's a toxic name.
Alexis.
Alexis. Yeah,
Which
my
I
sister's
know
name is
my
Alexis. Fuck
sister's
her.
name is Alexis.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, fuck him.
or also people. Okay, they're starting to say now. I don't agree with it, but they're starting to say now people with A names like are toxic. But like, I think so.
Nah, yeah, you
I think
are.
so.
Nah, you are. Yeah, you
I thought
toxic
this
for
was
real.
a
Come
safe
on,
place.
Erica.
No, nope.
Yeah, if I'm toxic, you toxic. There's no way. Shit.
I feel like I've changed, friend. I'm not
Huh?
that person anymore. Huh? I've changed. I'm not that person around. I feel like I've already calmed down. Like before you met me, I was
Yeah,
a little bit more. I want to say a little bit. I was much more wild.
yeah,
Like
you were out there.
my 2015 to 2019 reign
You
was
was.
very wild.
She was out here.
I was a savage. Yeah, I was toxic. But I feel like I calmed down a lot. Like I'm chill. Like even now,
See
I am
you.
in the house in sweats on a Saturday night.
Yeah, shit.
I
But
don't be
shit.
going
Year
out.
and a half ago, you was shit. Yeah, you were out there doing this
It's
shit.
loud in here. Worry about your fucking self. But yeah, but
Yeah,
but I feel like I mean like I'm 27 now, so like I feel like I got that shit out of my system. Like I partied in Vegas and San Diego, and
uh huh.
we're not gonna say everything I did, but I got this to say I just got it all in my system. Like I've experienced enough, and now I'm in my soft girl era,
Soft girl
and
era.
yes,
My
and
my villain arc
I
started.
gotta calm down for future hubby. Don't want to scare him.
You know, scare him. Nah, you
No,
gonna
he's
have to
gonna
see
he's
that
gonna run through
anyway.
the
Y'all
house.
gonna shit. Future hubby have to see all of that. He gotta see your past. He gotta see every. He gotta see
No,
all
yeah,
of that.
I don't
You know
have
what
a
I'm saying?
problem like sharing my past, but I'm not
Oh, you're
anything
not trying to
like I
bring
used to
that in
be
the
able.
future.
No, I'm just not that person anymore. So like I feel like now like maybe that was me when I was 21. Like on my 21st birthday,
Shit. On
I
mine,
used
I
to
was ratchet.
I used
I was
to,
going.
drink like a fish, and so I was with like my friends and my sisters, and some people couldn't finish their drinks. I'm not gonna name names, and they knew like I could drink anyone under the table at that time. Mama raised no bitch, so I was just like
Shit.
not pacing myself. I turned 21 at midnight, so I'm in Vegas. I go to fuck ass Omnia, which if you know, like it's the
Yeah.
you gotta be fucking drunk to enjoy that shit.
Yeah, you
Didn't
really do.
pick
You
it.
gotta
It's a long
pop out your
story.
fucking
Yeah,
chest.
you really gotta. So we get inside, and one of my sister's friends finessed this lawyer, and he bought us like $200 worth of like shots and drinks. So my dumbass picked up the Henny and Coke. Thank God my sister saw it and she grabbed that shit from my hand. So I already started mixing. And then I'm drinking Patron. I'm throwing them back. It got to the point where she was like, Erica, let's go to the bathroom. I'm like, no, I'll literally fall. Like, I cannot make it. And then I was wearing a wig at the time. My twin was drunk and she went like this. I just started, that was my first wig. I just started wearing wig. She went like this, and the whole fucking wig came off in the club.
Oh my god.
In the club, and I'm like laughing, but I'm so drunk, but I'm laughing. I'm like, oh, you dumb bitch! Like my wig. Like I don't know how to fix this shit. Like, cause at that point I'm done. I'm toasted. Like the liquor's drinking me, and I'm like, help me put the fucking wig back on. So my sister tried to take me to the bathroom. You know, there's stairs. If you go to the club, there's stairs in the club.
Yeah.
I didn't realize
Yeah.
there were stairs in front of me. I fucking ate it. And when I tell y'all, I've never had such an out of body experience. Like I feel like I was hovering above myself. I hit the ground so hard, but it felt like a little numb. That's how drunk I was. And then you know when like you spray a cockroach with Ray and it goes like
Yeah. Oh my
that.
god.
That's how I felt like when I was trying to get up.
Oh
It
fuck.
literally felt like a physical force was pushing me down. Like she's like, get up. She's like, get up, Erica, because in Vegas, they do not play that shit. You're a liability. If they see you like drop anything like that, you're still or you're too like drunk. They kick you the fuck out
Yeah,
because
it
you're a
kick you out.
liability. He
Yeah.
saw me go down, so she like saw he was on his way to come kick me out of the club. So she's like, "Get up, get up!" I literally cannot get up. So literally, my wig is still off. I got thrown out of the club an hour into being 21. I almost left my wig in the club, and mind you, it was like a $700 wig.
Damn.
Wigs in one hand, Trey Songs. I'm scaring the white people. That was my 21st. So I'm not that person anymore.
Well,
I've come a long way. I'm not wild. I mean, I'll always be wild heart, but like I'm not. I was fucking wild, okay.
well, I'm
And then
glad.
I popped out. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I'm glad you calm down and whatnot. You know, you
Hmm.
taking life easy. You're
I
not
know.
losing seven hundred
Yeah.
dollar wigs and that. So, but with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this bad
Done.
boy up. Um, thanks you guys for tuning in. Once again, feels good to be back. I just love how at the beginning of the season it was like, man, we here for good, and we died for like 5 fucking weeks and shit. But I mean,
Life
hey,
is life.
yeah, life is life, but shit, we'll be back next week. I promise you. I promise you, we'll be back next week, 100%, and shit like that. With another episode of Sauce Talks, of course. If you want to support us and shit, then give us a like, follow on the socials. You can come find us, shit like that, and then you know, we'll be back with more conversations, more goofing off, more of me apparently being misogynistic. Like who would
Oh
have
my
thought?
god!
So,
Don't
me?
start! Don't start!
Yeah, oh my god, check
We
me
can't
out,
be friends.
guys. Like,
No, we can't be friends if you start doing that.
I
I'll
know
be like, I know,
exactly.
but
Like, I don't even think you would be here. Like, if I was acting
no,
like
I'd
that.
be
So,
like, you can choke.
yeah, you can
You can
like
fucking
die.
choke.
Yeah, yeah. So, which by all means, like, I think that's fair judgment and shit. But Erica, I'm gonna have you take us out tonight.
What should I say?
I mean, hey, you could just
Oh,
say
I
like,
know.
oh yeah, go
I
ahead,
know.
go ahead. What you got? What you
We are
got?
entering spooky season.
Oh, we are.
So shout out to all my spooky bitches, all my bitches that like to get dressed up for Halloween. My bitches that like to do festive Halloween shit, decorate. I myself am getting ready to decorate. I've been trying to prolong it because if I could have my way, the decorations would have been up August 1st. But
Damn.
I live with my sister and she's not into the spooky shit. So I was trying to be considerate. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wait a little bit. I'm gonna wait a little bit. I'm gonna wait a little bit.
Mm.
But baby, when I tell you the decorations are about to come up,
All
the
right.
spooky cookies are about to be baked, and the spooky movies are gonna be watched.
Okay. For sure.
Okay? Have a spooky month and do something spooky.
Yeah, spooky baby.
Spooky baby.
It's spooky season. As always, you guys keep it saucy and keep it spooky saucy because
spooky,
we're right around the corner. We'll be back next week. Have a good night.